Hi there and welcome to your weekly update from the Gay Radio UK news team. And first, a former public school girl faces a lengthy jail sentence following a deadly homophobic attack on a gay civil servant in the capital of London back in September last year. The Old Bailey heard how Ruby Thomas hurled homophobic abuse at 62-year-old Ian Bainham before kicking and stamping on him. She was found guilty of manslaughter after 18 days Mr Bainham died following the drink-fueled assault in London's Trafalgar Square. The court heard she smiled as she put the boot into Mr Bainham after he was knocked to the ground by another teenager, Joel Alexander. Both defendants will be sentenced in the new year. An openly gay member of the UK Youth Parliament has been suspended after allegedly posting explicit pictures of himself on the internet. 19-year-old Rhys MacDonald has said the claims are untrue and says he believes someone is out to damage his reputation. The Plymouth Herald newspaper had quoted an unnamed mother of a gay child who complained that Mr Donald was a bad role model. The student said that while he may have posted topless photos of himself on a gay networking website, he was not aware of any explicit images of himself. A senior Tory MP who has opposed flagship reforms to laws on homosexuality has revealed that he is gay. Nigel Evans, who is the Commons Deputy Speaker, said he decided to come out in a newspaper interview because he was fed up with living his life as a lie. David Cameron has been informed of the decision of Mr Evans, who has never been married and who does not have a long-term male partner. The Prime Minister and Mr Evans' constituency party have both pledged their full support to the MP, whose homosexuality is said to have been an open secret at Westminster for many years. Staying with politics, and a Labour parliamentary candidate has been suspended from his party for sending homophobic messages to a gay colleague. David Bradley pleaded guilty at Bristol Magistrates Court to harassment after sending 33 abusive text messages to Ed Bramall. Mr Bramall was selected as Labour's candidate for the Whitchurch Park seat in Bristol instead of Bradley during this year's local elections. A Labour spokesman said an internal party investigation would take place before Bradley is sentenced on the 10th of January. The mother of a California teenager who killed himself after he was bullied for being gay has pleaded with his school district to do more about the problem. 13-year-old Seth Walsh died 9 days after hanging himself back in September following years of homophobic bullying at school. His mother Wendy and the American Civil Liberties Union have asked their local school district to prevent another tragedy after an investigation said the school district officials were aware of the bullying but largely ignored it. The US Department of Education has now launched their own investigation into the school district. 8 British couples are set to take their cases to overturn the bans on same-sex marriages and heterosexual civil partnerships to the European Court of Human Rights. Over the last 2 months, 4 homosexual couples have all been refused marriage licences at registrar offices across England, while 4 heterosexual couples were turned away when they applied for civil partnership status. Campaigners from the group Equal Love will argue that the current ban on gay marriages is a breach of the Human Rights Act, specifically the right to respect for private and family life, the right to marry and the prohibition of discrimination. FIFA President Sepp Blatter has apologised for saying gay fans should refrain from sexual activity if they attend the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Homosexuality is currently illegal in the Middle Eastern country, and Blatter's original comments had provoked outrage amongst gay rights groups who said he should apologise or resign. Blatter has since come out to say that it was not his intention and never would be his intention to get into any kind of discrimination. He said if somebody feels hurt, then he regrets it and apologises. Speaking seriously, he said he was sure there would be no problems because in football, he said, there were no boundaries. Now, it's long been the talk of Tinseltown, but Kevin Spacey insists he is not living a lie by refusing to discuss his sexuality. For many years, there's been rumours that the actor and director is gay. Back in 2004, the American Beauty star, who is now the artistic director of London's Old Vic Theatre, claimed he was mugged while walking his dog in Geraldine Mark Hamsworth Park in Lambeth, South London at 4 AM. Rumours of his sexuality fired up as fans wondered why he was in the park in the early hours of the morning. Now the 51-year-old says that although he has lived in England for several years, he's still an American citizen and will not give up his right to privacy. And finally, it might not be 2012 or even 2016, but former President of the United States, Jimmy Carter, believes the US is ready to elect a gay president in the near future. In an interview with the website Big Think, the former one-term commander-in-chief said he thought the entire population had come tremendous strides forward in dealing with the issue of homosexuality. He said step by step the world had realised that the issue has the same adverse and progressive elements as when the world dealt with the race issue. Former advisor to Bill Clinton and interviewer James Carville then questioned, how do we know there hasn't been one already? Very good point. Remember to send us your views and stories to news@gayradiouk.com, and I'll see you again next week for your latest update.